Sharp Game here, coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com off of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. Now, over the weekend, someone sent me a picture of Amber Rose. She was showing her stuff. She was letting it all hang out. And when I saw the picture, I wasn't really surprised because I've met a lot of the Amber Rose types. You know, these types kind of, they don't really commit to anybody, man or woman, and they belong to the streets. You know, to me, Amber Rose, she's just a stripper. She's not anybody to be listening to or not anybody to take seriously. She's just she's nice eye candy. That's it. Now, some guys might say, oh, she might be nice to fuck too. She might, but you're taking a risk. If you don't got good game, you're taking a high risk, because sometimes you got to look at it like this. Can you afford to take certain risks? Some guys can. Some women can too. Some of these celebs and some of these athletes, they can afford the fuck with somebody like Amber Rose. They can even afford to be married to somebody like her. But, you know, they say there's some, I know most guys can't take the risk. They can't afford it. They can't bounce back after they make certain mistakes. Even there's consequences to all your actions, whether you believe it or not, or want to even admit to it or not. So sometimes the pros, sometimes the cons outweigh the pros. Sometimes you gotta use a little logic and be like, you know what? Do I really want to fuck with this bitch? And what's gonna, is anything positive gonna come out of it? Or is she gonna try to fucking run game on me? Is she gonna try to set me up? Is she gonna try to exploit me for money? So you got to think about certain aspects of the game especially when you meet somebody like Amber Rose, because she's not the average. Let's just be honest. She's not the average woman that you would probably meet in your daily life. In your doing your normal routine, wherever you live at in the world. She's a very beautiful girl. Very beautiful girl. And that's that's her greatest asset, because I don't think she has any talents or any skills. She dressed nice, she looked nice, but what else is there? She's just nice eye candy, and she hustles her box to get what she wants. And some guys are cool with that. Some guys will trick off. Some guys will do whatever it takes to get the pussy. But I'm not one of those guys. I'm not going to do whatever it takes to get the pussy. I do whatever I want. Because when a woman gets with me, whether it's long term or short term, it's going to be based on my terms, not hers. This is where a lot of mistakes a lot of guys make, because as men, we're supposed to lead, not the other way around. Now, I know a lot of women like Amber Rose. She's parading and having parades and all that shit, doing slut walks and all that shit. She's basically promoting what's unnormal to be normal, and she's using a lot of shaming tactics. So she's the type that want women to go out and basically, women should have the right to fuck who they want and do what they want and say what they want without no consequences. And that's supposed to be normal. That's supposed to be acceptable to guys. Guys are supposed to somehow just be cool with that. And I totally disagree with that shit. Because if you have no structure, and if there's no boundaries that's been established, how you supposed to build something with somebody like that? How you supposed to sustain something like that? It's almost fucking impossible. That's why companies have structure. The biggest companies that you know in the world, even a small company that's been around for a long time, they have structure. They have boundaries. They have things that they just don't do. They have things that they do. They have protocols. So how are you supposed to build something with somebody like this? Somebody but with that type of mentality where it's like they'll do whatever, whenever, and say whatever, especially when the cameras is rolling. It's just it's not sustainable. I mean, you got somebody that don't know if they want to be with a man or a woman within the same week. I mean, it might be fun to fuck around with her, but to what extent? So, that's just something to think about. I don't really, some of these athletes and entertainers are some of the worstest people I ever met. So I'm not going to spend too much long talking about somebody like her, So you tell me what you think about the picture. You tell me what you think about Amber Rose by leaving your comments below. So if you like what you heard, check out my blog, chooseyourrelationships.com. Join my Players Club by clicking the link below. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.